Hey, how's it going, everybody? We're back with another beer review, and I finally got her.
He had to drag me out of the pool for it because it is Labor Day weekend.
Labor Day weekend, I think.
And it is still hot out. It's beautiful.
And I think the last beer review you guys saw was actually Memorial Day weekend. We haven't done, and that was fun. That was a funny, drunken.
Yeah,
fun
Robbie
review.
made me take half a shot. Well, he wanted me to take a full shot of this corn whiskey from this local distillery, and I cried about it because I'm too old to take shots. So I took 1/3 of it to loosen us up. Apparently, Robbie took the whole one, I think.
Because I need more loosening than you. So anyway, today we have. Well, it's funny because actually, Maire and I were talking about doing a beer review a couple days ago, and she said, all you review is Flying Dog.
We love Flying Dog.
So you know what? We have Flying Dog yet again.
So this is the one we're actually going to do a twofer because we figure how many people are really watching Flying Dog reviews of two,
or my beer reviews in general. But, hey.
As Robbie called it, this is his 10% project, the beer reviews. So what I have is the Counterculture Ale, and Robbie has.
I have the Gourd Standard, or the Gourd Standard. Yes, it is. Mine is a pumpkin IPA.
So do you want to start off with yours? Go
Sure.
ahead.
Mine, the Gourd Standard, which is a pumpkin IPA. Flying Dog comes in at 6.7%.
That's their sweet spot. The Counterculture is 6%. That's definitely their sweet spot.
Comes in at 60 IBU, and it's interesting. The Gourd Standard name, if you haven't got it already, is a fun little play on words for the gold standard. This is what the pumpkin beers should taste like.
Ha ha ha. So, and by the way, I think I did a little quick look up because just to make sure I knew what I was talking about. So the gold standard was basically when we used to base paper money on the physical weight of gold, which is kind of badass, but that also went away in the Depression. So I think it's a pretty good historical joke.
So what we're gonna see is, does this stack up? Should all other pumpkin beers be based on this?
Okay, well, first off, I already have beef with this, and the reason I'm not reviewing this is because it came out. I've seen it all summer long, and this is like the new Christmas music before Thanksgiving thing. It's pumpkin beers and fucking July.
Pumpkin spice lattes like weeks ago. Yeah.
I mean, I like it all, but I'm not about that.
Yeah.
In your season. Stay in your season.
Stay in your season.
So give yours a taste, and then we'll...
So the nose is very pumpkin forward and very good. It's
like every other pumpkin beer to me.
It's pretty much like every other pumpkin beer.
Smells good.
Why don't you give?
It's chunky.
Yeah,
I didn't realize it's super.
Yeah, it looks unfiltered. I'm not sure.
I always
if it
love
is or
that.
not,
I don't know if you can see it extreme close up.
If you hold it for a while, there it might focus in, but
it's not gonna.
It is extremely yeasty or something. Maybe it's pumpkin bits. So you want to do your nose while I'm tasting?
Yeah. One interesting thing about the Gourd Standard that I read also is that they decided, they're super into their Pacific hops that are super citrus forward, and this one they use like some German nobles like Hallertau and something else, I forget what, and because those are a little bit more earthy, which I think is great for. I think it's obvious, but it's good for it. I mean, to me, I would have expected something different for an IPA, but
yeah. In terms of taste of this one, it's very pumpkin forward like you'd expect for most pumpkin beers. But it's not. It's definitely IPA in there too. You get pumpkin and you get hops. It's not just pumpkins to the face. Flying Dog makes Imperial Pumpkin.
The
Fear the Pumpkin. The Imperial IPA. That one, all the Imperial Pumpkin IPAs that are super high ABV are a little sweet for me. I actually like this one better because it's a little bit calmer. It's a little bit more flavorful. It's not just sweet to your face. And it's a very good beer. If you're looking
I like the little micro bubbles. It almost looks like it's on nitro, which I like. I also love most of the time.
I think if you're looking to ease someone into the pumpkin beer who likes IPA.
I mean, I'll be honest, I don't think it's anything special. I love it and it's good, but if you're seeing it for $12 a 6-pack or $10 a 6-pack,
don't get that.
They're all going to be, get something cheaper. But
this was a lot cheaper than that. But yeah,
it's delicious. I mean, like Flying Dogs, we've come to understand.
I love them. Yeah, Gonzo. Yeah.
Okay, so the Counterculture. The reason I really liked this one, first off, I like the name, and the label is cool. It's The Last Supper. I haven't really looked at that too much of what the deal's going on there. But this is super delicious. It's a little bit darker than you'd expect. And the thing I really liked about it is when I first tasted it, it's all I knew about it is that it was, an ale or something like that. And it actually is super malt forward. And so when I looked it up on Flying Dog's website, what they said is, we do big IPA beers. That was one of the first really big IPA beers that I had when we were getting into craft beer. And they were like, we're actually flying in the face of our own mainstream tendencies towards being super IPA-y. So for this, I mean, it's big on the chocolate malts. That's what I really taste. And maybe some oatmeal. What are they called? Flaked oats?
Flaked oats.
So it's very, very good. I don't remember what the IBU is. It's probably similar. It's like in the 60s.
20, no, it was 20 or 30. It was real low.
Whoops.
Yeah,
I don't remember. I'm looking at his notes. It's about 60%, and it's all Citra hops. So.
Yeah. And if we're going to be honest here, we wanted to do a double review, but if we're going to be honest, I'm
giving you a taste.
Oh, thank you. I like Counterculture, I think, a little better than the Gourd Standard. This one, I almost tasted it as a very, very light porter.
Yeah.
It's an ale, but...
Isn't that what we said, actually? It's like a porter and an ale had a baby.
It's made with chocolate malts, like you said, like you mentioned, and it's very good.
Oh, sorry, I thought you had a taste already. I think it's tasty. The funny thing about that is that since we bought the 2 6-packs like basically at the same time, and I had this at a beer event we went to last weekend, and what I actually think about is that the Counterculture would have probably been a better base for their pumpkin beer. I personally would have just dropped a little pumpkin spice in there and said, this is awesome, but that's just also my palate. I prefer less sweet. So.
Well, and the pumpkin beers I do prefer tend to be either pumpkin porters or pumpkin stouts, not pumpkin ales.
Mm-hmm. Well, Robbie already kind of gave you the lead in. I think the next one's going to have to be when it's actually freaking fall. I mean, it's been fall for all of 3 days officially. Right. So when it's actually chilly out here, we're going to put on some sweaters, come out here and do maybe the Fear. And we're also going to we're planning to go to Asheville, North Carolina for Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
And I have heard big things. There's a peanut butter porter down there, and there's a milk dud porter down there.
That's our new thing, the peanut butter porter.
Yeah, we had an awesome one when we were in Richmond. Yeah. Dewclaw does a really good one, but I think the one in Richmond,
was a lot better.
It was awesome. No, that was just peanut, I think, not peanut butter.
No, it was
I don't
peanut
remember.
butter.
We'll figure it out. But either way, those are two.
That was
Isley.
Isley.
Isley in Richmond. They had some really legit things, but that porter was legit. And they had one of the best barley wines I'd had in a long time.
We got a growler. We had a growler with us the whole time and said, we have one.
We've been waiting for this. And we had a 32 and a 64 ounce, but
we got the 64. I think filled there,
which is unusual. But it was delicious, and so we've got some good things in the works for fall.
Yep.
What else you got, Mr. 94LS?
Some car work in the future, like always.
Yeah.
So, other than that, I think that is about it. So,
Happy Labor Day.
Happy Labor Day. We will see you next time.